The federal government of Nigeria recently revoked the visa of the man you are seeing on the screen right now. This man came to Nigeria with his Ray to the sixth ways. He brought his Ray-cissm with him in an extra luggage, and the federal government of Nigeria was like,
Oh, hell no!
you cannot do this here. You would have to pack your load and go. So that's the situation we're going to be covering in today's video. But before we fully dive into this video, I would love to share something with you guys. I frequently get messages from people who've got mad love for the motherland and wants to learn more about her. So I thought I'd introduce a particular creator to you guys. He's an African storyteller who goes by the name The African Diary. His stories are entertaining, yes, but they are also educating. Plus, he's very much passionate about uniting the African people, home and abroad.
You probably heard me say this before. I prefer using the term Africans instead of black people because the connection to the landmass carries way more power. But I wrongfully assumed that everybody knew about this piece of information I'm about to share with you. However, even without this piece of information, I will still be referring to us as Africans. The African Union has 6 regions, but on the African continent, there are only 5 regions. Southern Africa, Eastern Africa, Central Africa, Western Africa, Northern Africa, then the last but not the least, the 6th region is the diaspora. Therefore, power to all my African people, those at home and abroad.
Yeah, that's one of his videos from TikTok. His no one gets left behind mentality really drew me to him. I have been following him for roughly 2 years now, and I have learned so much from him. So, if you're interested in fun stories from Africa and you want to learn more about the continent, I would recommend you check him out. Maybe you could learn a thing or two from him as well. So, that being said, I have linked his YouTube channel, his podcast, and his other socials down below in the description and in the comment section as well. So without further ado, let's get back to today's video. The federal government of Nigeria has revoked the visa, residence, and work permit of Roger Brown, a popular British businessman and investor in Nigeria. The federal government took the move over the allegation that the British business mogul racially abused his Nigerian staff. And this was disclosed in a tweet by Bashir Ahmad, the special assistant to President Muhammadu Buhari on digital communications on Thursday, March the 10th of 2023. Mr. Ahmad's tweet reads, "The federal government has revoked visa, residence, and work permit of Roger Brown, a British businessman and CEO of Seplat Energy plc, an oil and gas exploration and production company based in Nigeria, over alleged racism, favoring of foreign workers, and discrimination against Nigerian employees." Reacting to the development, the former senator of Kaduna Central and chieftain of the People's Democratic Party, Shehu Sani, commended the development. His words read, "Ray-cissm in Nigeria. The revocation of the visa of the CEO of Seplat Energy plc, Roger Brown, by the federal government over the allegation of racism against Nigerians in their company is commendable. You can't come to our country to make money and discriminate against our people." See, when I receive updates like this from my country, Nigeria, if una know how my body dey sweet me, like I swear, they give me joy. Yes, my country, Nigeria, we have a lot of work to do in the country. But you see, one thing we do not tolerate in Nigeria is this madness. Like, you cannot bring it here. And this is not the first time that the federal government is addressing racism in Nigeria. There was a time in 2019, 2020 that Chinese restaurants were talking about how they were not going to accommodate Nigerians. And their establishment was shut down. Like, you cannot come to Nigeria and you will not say you want to be misbehaving racially. If you are not lucky, area boys will forget bottle for your head. We have a saying in Nigeria, and the saying goes like this: if you do anyhow, you go see anyhow. How can I even translate that in English? If you misbehave, basically, you go collect. Okay, that's more pidgin English. But I know you guys follow. I know you guys get what I'm saying. There was a time, what year was that even? I can't remember. Long story short, there was this white guy who came down here and he was effing around racially and he found out. No, he wasn't unalived or anything. He was just giving a well-deserved lesson. See, Nigerians are nice, welcoming, loving people. If you come to Nigeria and you behave yourself, you would not have any issues at all. But when you come to Nigeria, you say you want to misbehave. Ah, I comment my reserve.
Like Nigerians to white people. Nigerians don't tolerate any nonsense that comes their way. And that's why there are not so many white people in Nigeria. Because they think Nigerians are rude people. They think the Nigerians are not polite people to work with. But that is not the case. The Nigerians don't tolerate nonsense. And every time they answer you, you will think they are fighting. They are not fighting. They are emphatic. They know what they want.
Like these folks literally can stay in Europe or the US. Nobody begged you people to come to Africa to begin with. I don't understand why Ray to desist. Come to Africa. How is it that you hate black people, but then you come to Nigeria where there are 200 million plus of us? Make it make sense. Words cannot express how pleased I am by the actions of the federal government in regards to this issue. This is how we are supposed to be protecting one another and standing for ourselves. Nigeria, my country. We used to try to share our own lie. Like, I just remember what happened in 2021 with the whole Omicron situation. You guys remember how these folks created a red list of countries they didn't want coming into their country? First of all, there was nothing red about that list. That list was a freaking blacklist. But you know what Nigeria did? Nigeria retaliated. My country, Nigeria, was like, oh, so what you are saying is we can't come into your country. Ah, no problem, oh. Meaning you can't come into our country either. Oh God, I think go like Nigeria. Truly, we know they carry last. And this right here is the energy that we as a people, continentally, worldwide, even need to have, because these people, they are under too much. Federal government be giving me the kind of vibe that I like. When they give us action, we give them back reaction. When they knock us kpakam, we knock them back to poko. When they do, we do too. Them think say na them do pass. What do? Let us keep matching energy like this as it dey hot, so that they can taste just how sweet their medicine is.
Make everybody keep his mouth and his ears sharp and your fingers ready to type. And Africans should be ready to learn, because this one now, wait till they see now, is another level of Nigeria proving its power. You get the point, Abi? You supposed get the point. If you don't get the point, I am mumu too much. In fact, I want especially my dear Ghanaians to observe and learn from Nigeria. Ghanaians, I beg, make una observe well and learn from these Nigerians. Because what they have shown you and Africans in general is exactly what Africa needs to do to get its respect back from America, Europe, and any Oyubo man. The man you're seeing on your screen is a British. Can I hear you say British? British, where they visit at them, Sabi pass. They think that they are the Mr. Know-alls in this life. So this British man, you can put the picture again, may everybody this year. This British man, when they see, he go Nigeria, I won't do anyhow. Nigeria don't give this man visa to work in Nigeria, establish his businesses in Nigeria, you know, do what he wants to do in Nigeria. As if that one is not enough. You know what this man did? This man said, okay, now that you have given me your visa, now this visa now I go use until they maltreat fellow Nigerians. I go use this visa. I can't do anyhow for Nigerians. You won't go do chakara for Nigerians. I don't know whether he thought he was in Ghana. I beg my Ghanaians, make una calm down. But Shebina, when Ghanaians love to beg Americans and Europeans to come visit. See, Nigeria presents opportunities for Americans, Europeans, and every other person to come and invest. But Nigeria doesn't beg you to come and invest in Nigeria. Nigeria don't beg Americans, white people to come to Nigeria. And if you come to Nigeria, you do anyhow, you collect anyhow. In fact, I want South Africans in particular to watch and learn. Nigeria teach, this is a big lesson for Ghanaians and South Africa, in particular Ghana on better. South Africans, where would they tag them? They should come and learn. Copy the link of this video, share to South Africans. They should come and learn. I wish Nigeria was like, I wish South Africa was like Nigeria. The white man wouldn't come and take over their land and everything and now turn them into beggars in their own country. And they are busy blaming Nigerians. Oh, let all the immigrants go. South Africa, what are they? Let all the immigrants must go. Immigrants must go. When the pioneer immigrants that have taken away your resources and your lands, they are there, controlling everything, and you are busy shouting, Zimbabweans must go. Zimbabwe with your tongue. Don't make a catch one of them. Zimbabweans must go. So Nigerians must go. Where the people that are sitting on your wealth, you are not asking them to go. See what Nigeria is doing now. Look at it perfectly. So the federal government revoked his Nigerian-based visa. The federal government revoked it. They say, Omo, we collect it back. You are no longer welcomed. You no go call Nigeria, can't do anything. You will not come to Nigeria and treat Nigerians anyhow because you are white. That thing can never happen in Nigeria. They revoke this British man's visa and tell him to go back. Hello, residence and work permit, everything. The man can't do for Nigeria. They no advise him. He wasn't well advised. He made a mistake to come to Nigeria to do that thing in Nigeria. Omo, you make mistake, Oga. We don't want to know your name. We don't even care. We don't want to know your name. But we just want you to know that you joke with the wrong people. Even Julius Malema, the South African, say, I love Nigerians. Because if they step in here and talk, you feel like they are taking over. They are definitely taking over. You cannot come to Nigeria and do anyhow because you go collect woto woto.